And so to the fifth and final stage of the AlUla Tour 2026. The sprinters have had their fun, now it's time for the GC contenders to face off on this race's iconic climb, the Skyviews of Harrat Uwayrid. Yanis Voisard is in pole position, but the Swiss rider has a big job to do on this final day.
That's super steep. That's honestly one of the steepest climb I did, also in Europe, so that's a very tough one.
And what would it mean to you to bring this jersey home?
It will be amazing for sure. We'll do everything we can do with the team to take this jersey home, but we will see.
Afonso Eulalio has yet to win a professional bike race, but this could be the day for the Portuguese youngster. He starts as Voisard's nearest challenger, just 4 seconds down.
Yeah, it's 4 seconds the difference, no? But yeah, he's in the final. He's 20 riders, 25 riders can win the race. We will see. We will do our best.
"164 kilometres on the menu today between the AlUla Old Town and the Skyviews of Harrat Uwayrid. There isn't too much wind forecast, so this should go down to the final climb. It tops out with 8.3 kilometres to go, with all important bonus seconds available at the summit. There is then the final frantic dash along the plateau to the finish line, and with only 6 seconds separating the top three, it could be a case of winner takes all. There were 7 riders in the day's breakaway, including a couple of guys who already went up the road early on stage 2. Dries de Bont from Jaco AlUla and Federico Giacomoni from Team Ukio. They were joined by Lars van den Heide of Soudal Quickstep, Ryan Boulahuat of Total Energies and Juan Pedro Lozano from Terren Garnu, who basically haven't missed a breakaway all week. Milan Fretin was also in there, the Belgian sprinter who was second on stage 1, and finally Javier Ibanez from the Caja Rural squad, who, it was announced yesterday, will be taking part in their first Tour de France this summer. Well, their lead was just under 3 minutes heading into the final 60 kilometres. Well, meanwhile, there was an unfortunate crash involving one of the race favourites, Higuita, going to ground along with his ex-DS Astana teammate Yevgeny Fedorov. The Colombian shepherded back to the bunch by Matteo Malucelli, but sporting a few cuts and bruises. And that crash would potentially impact his performance in the final. Bahrain Victorious were doing the lion's share of the pacing in the peloton on behalf of Eulalio, with Voisard's Tudor Pro cycling team strung out just behind them. The gap remaining pretty steady over the next 20 kilometres or so, despite a decent average speed of over 47 kilometres an hour. The breakaway still with over 3 minutes in hand, although none of them posed any major threat to the green jersey. The best placed overall was Fretin, some 6 minutes down on Voisard. Back in the peloton, UAE Team Emirates XRG were now getting involved with the chase because they had 3 riders within 33 seconds of the lead: Igor Arrieta, Kevin Vermarker and Jan Christen. The breakaway's lead had been cut to around 2 minutes as they approached the base of the final climb. And 1 or 2 of them might have been starting to think about a possible stage victory, but not the fast man Fretin, who was the first to drop. Boulahuat also saying goodbye, leaving 5 men at the front: de Bont, van den Heide, Ibanez, Giacomoni and Lozano. The Skyviews of Harrat Uwayrid looming into view as the gradients began to bite. The GC favourites getting themselves set, and slowly but surely the gap was coming down. The breakaway led by just a minute, 2 kilometres from the summit. Well, the attack's starting to fly at the front, and just look how difficult this climb is. Riders zigzagging all over the place. UAE starting to rev things up in the GC group, with Jaco AlUla also up there. Well, Giacomoni and Lozano proved to be the strongest from the breakaway, but the race leader was suffering.
And here is Voisard. Oh, the green jersey is in difficulty. Voisard is starting to suffer, and he's gone out the back very, very early. This is not good news. He's looked good until now. Voisar is in trouble.
Well, game over then for Yanis Voisar. Up at the front, Lozano said ciao to Iacomoni, but the favourites were now closing fast. Around a dozen riders in this GC group, including Sergio Higuita, but Eulalio was also fading.
And this is the white jersey. Eulalio has cracked as well. He doesn't have the legs at the moment either. Big acceleration on the left-hand side. Higuita starts to follow. Big move now of UAE Team Emirates XRG. Kristen starts his assault again to try and win a stage, but Higuita immediately counterattacks. The climber from XDS Astana, he's had a crash today, but Higuita is an out-and-out climber. Look at the way he's going now. Higuita smells blood on this mountain.
Higuita taking a couple of bonus seconds at the top of the climb, but he, De Bod and Van Sevenant would soon have company. Jan Christen coming across with Jan Castellon. And the Swiss rider was clearly in the mood because he went straight on the attack, looking to time trial his way to victory. With bonuses, he would need to win by around 20 seconds to win the AlUla Tour. The others chasing as best they could, with De Bod's teammate Byron Munton coming across and trying to hunt Kristen down, but the 21-year-old was absolutely flying. A sensational display of power and panache to potentially snatch victory on the final day.
So right now, between these riders, Kristen started the day at 33 seconds. Between him and Higuita, there's 30 seconds. So he needs the 10-second time bonus and another 20. That's what he needs to win this race overall, pretty much, because there's nobody else in the picture who started the day in the top three. This rider is trying to win this AlUla Tour, and he's doing it in style right now. Jan Christen flat out looking for a big win in this AlUla Tour. Munton has done his team extremely proud in the background. What a performance by Modern Adventure on the final day. Kristen is going all out for time to win this AlUla Tour. This has been a stunning win. Jan Christen takes the victory. He takes the time bonus, and now the clock starts. Byron Munton takes second place. Now it's the fight for third place. Higuita is going to be so close to this. Stefan De Bod looking for a place in the top 10. By my reckoning, the time has gone by and the jersey has gone. Higuita comes in now in this group. The time bonus is taken by Jan Christen's teammate, and it looks to me like Jan Christen will win this AlUla Tour on the final day.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man. It's been a rollercoaster week for Jan Christen, with crashes, a penalty for drafting, disappointment, and finally glory on the Skyviews of Harrat Uwayrid. The 21-year-old living up to his billing as the favourite by seeing off all comers on this final stage and securing a memorable victory at this 6th edition of the AlUla Tour.
I didn't want to go too early because I knew the last 10K is quite hard, especially with headwind. And today I kept my legs in the climb. Did a bit of a show attack in the top because I knew if some guys could pass me, they will, and they maybe blow up. And I just kept my pace over the top, and then I knew if I do on the flat part a big attack, normally I have more power than the other climbers on the flat, and that I should bring it home.
Kristen taking his 6th career